we are and the big boys are back. It is Real Madrid against the likes of Juventus. It is Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. These are the two big fixtures tonight. We will be having the parallel watch along of the UEFA Champions League. It is the Wednesdays where we are going to be watching this. Some part of the globe it is also on the Thursdays. But Real Madrid up against the likes of Juventus and Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. The big boys of the UCL Champions League is back. The big boys of the UCL Champions League is back. Let me put that question onto the chat, that who are going to be watching which of the fixtures and what are going to be the big things happening in our live poll areas. Who wins tonight? That is the big poll which we are going to now put on our chat. Give your votes onto that who is going to win big, who wins tonight. It is going to be first option, it is the Los Blancos, Real Madrid. Are they going to be winning that big? The second option is it is Real Madrid against the likes of Juventus, so Juventus is going to be on that second option. And let me put that third option, Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. What is that which is going to be happening in this game as well? And the last option for that is it is going to be Club Brugge. So it is the poll which now has been pinned onto the chat. Give your votes onto that in the UCL Champions League night. It is the match day which is going to be happening. What are the big dogs of football? What are the big boys of football going to be really making this? So the poll here it is that who wins tonight, Real Madrid versus Juventus. Give your answers to that poll. And Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. What is that going to be happening? It is still 43 minutes left into the kickoff, and we are not going to be wasting any time and bringing our lineups. The first lineup here it is for Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus. Look at that. Xabi Alonso with this team is picking up the likes of Kylian Mbappe, no denying the fact, is in the forwards. Vinicius Junior on the left wings. Marvelous job has to be done by Vinicius Junior this season if he is going to be consistently performing under the likes of Xabi Alonso. Brahim Diaz is also there. It is the likes of Arda Güler, Bellingham. Bellingham has been called in the mid page. Xabi Alonso has picked Bellingham on the mid page. It is the likes of Tchouaméni and also the likes of Militao and Asensio. Asensio is back in the squad because the injuries are concerning for Xabi Alonso in this fixture against the likes of the old lady Juventus. But on the left backs it is Carreras, but Mendy is back in the squad. Mendy is back from the injuries and he is available for those substitutions. No denying the fact. Let me check that first whether it is Mendy who is back in the squad or not. Yes, Mendy is available. Furland Mendy is available and he is in the squad. He can be seen. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes, guys. Give your votes. We are waiting for it. Both the fixtures, Real Madrid and Juventus, as well as the likes of Bayern Munich and Club Brugge, we are going to be covering both the fixtures. But who is going to be winning that big is a big question. Who is going to be winning that big is a big question. Can the old lady suffer some sort of disturbances for the likes of Real Madrid? Because Juventus, to be talking about them, hasn't been making that impressive. But again, not to be denying that it is Courtois on the goalkeeping aspects. Valverde again on the right backs. It is the inverted backs where Xabi Alonso is having those worries. Mastantuono is there available for the substitutions. It is Enrique, Camavinga, Francisco Garcia, Mendy, Gonzalez, Andy Lunin, Garcia, Rodrigo. My goodness. Real Madrid is having that big squad which is available for the substitutions. But is that going to be the thing which is happening? Whether there are going to be upsets or not for the likes of Los Blancos. But one thing it is definitely sure over here. One thing it is definitely sure over. If it is the likes of Juventus who are not doing that good in the Serie A now, Igor Tudor, if we are looking upon their men, look at that. It is Vlahovic, the underperforming striker of the Serie A. Dusan Vlahovic is there in the lineups. It is the likes of Ildiz and Koopmanias. But who will be going to be stopping Ildiz? Because it is Asensio who is there, who will be safeguarding the nets, no denying the fact. But will the likes of Ildiz against the likes of Asensio? Ildiz is the man. He is that culprit who is doing that. But those of you who are watching, give your votes, guys. Who are going to be the big dogs of football for tonight? But again, looking at the lineups, look at that. It is the likes of Ildiz and Koopmanias. But Tchouaméni, will he be performing good? That is a big question. Will the likes of Tchouaméni be performing good is a big question for the Los Blancos. Whether the likes of Tchouaméni be performing good is a big question to be watching. How is Tchouaméni going to be making that? Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. We are waiting for your votes to be coming on to our poll. After that, we'll be making the predictions because it is still 39 minutes left for the kickoff. We have that 39 minutes left for the kickoff. We will be definitely making the predictions soon, but the lineups, are they going to be making good? Are the lineups really going to be making good? That is a big question. But Dusan Vlahovic is the underperforming striker, but it is, look at that, it is Kalulu who is there on the right mid pitch. I don't know why Igor Tudor generally picks him up. Rugani, Gatti and the likes of Kelly on the centre backs. That is where Igor Tudor is doing the mistakes. He is underestimating the Los Blancos and he is just making the fun of Kalulu, Rugani and Gatti with the likes of Kelly on the centre backs. That is where he needs to be worried. That is where he needs to be worried. And soon we will be sharing the lineups of Bayern up against the likes of Club Brugge over here. But we will be just very short into that. Just look at this fixture. Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. The lineups are here. Look at this. Will there be some sort of upsets? Will there be some sort of upsets? That is the question. Look at that. It is Vincent Company who has now Manuel Neuer on the goalkeeping aspects. That is the thing which he is liking to be doing it, but no second goalkeeper in position for Bayern so far this season. It is Upamecano and the likes of Jonathan Tah who has been again picked on the centre backs. It is Lima and Guerrero has been picked on the left back. Sacha Boey has been dropped. Sacha Boey has been dropped from the squad. It is Guerrero who is on the transfer rumors in the winters. But is that the thing which is looking to be good for Mayan? How are things going to be, guys? Give your votes. We are waiting for your votes to be coming on to our poll. We are waiting for your votes. Give your votes. We have that vote poll pinned onto our chat. But look at this lineup. It is Luis Diaz, Olise on the mid, and it is Lennart Karl, my man, who has been picked. Definitely, I'm going to be watching this man, Lennart Karl, to be coming up big. But whether this fixture is going to be a permanent one where Lennart Karl can be making impressive and getting those big numbers talking in him, whether this man Lennart Karl will be making any sort of big impressive moments and making that good or not is a big question. Whether Lenny Curly is the man he is going to be making big or not. That is the big question which the fans are waiting for those answers to be coming in. But how is that going to be? How is that going to be? Look at that. There are so many of those Club Brugge fans who are underestimating Bayern for that fixture. Look at that. So many of those Club Brugge guys are waiting for those big humiliations to be coming in. How is this fixture going to be coming in? If Lenny Curly, my man, he is going to get a Champions League goal, this will be a big one. Mikel Olise and the likes of Luis Diaz with the aspects of Harry Kane. Olise is the man talking in, but for Bayern, if we are staying into this, it is Ubig on the goalkeeping aspects. Ulrich is there. Min Jae Sacha Boy. It is Vincent Manuba who is the defender who has been called for those substitutions. But Vincent Company, is he going to be using that? Leon Goretzka, Tom Bischoff, Nicholas Jackson, and Wisdom Mike on those attacking aspects. But worries for Bayern are there because Davies, Hiroki Ito, Joseph Stanisic not in the lineups. That is the thing which is the worry. But a good thing which is going to be happening is, look at that, it is Serge Gnabry who is not available for the fixture. Serge Gnabry is not available for today's fixture, and that is where the concern is. Serge Gnabry is not available for today's fixture and he has got those injuries. It is a fracture which has happened to Serge Gnabry. It is Joseph Stanisic, it is Davies, it is Ito, Jamal Musiala, Bambi. Many of the men are not available for today's fixture. That is where the crisis is for Bayern. And to talking about, it is Vanaken, it is Tresoldi is the man. Club Brugge is having Tresoldi, the man who has been really doing good. Tresoldi is the man who is really doing good. He is the man who is definitely able to cause some upsets. That is the thing where things will be really bad if Bayern are not going to be performing that big. Let me check those lineups if they are correct or not. Yes, the lineups are ready here, oh my boys. The lineups are ready over here. Let me share those tiki piki links available. The kickoff is about to happen. 32 minutes still left for the kickoff. We are waiting for your votes, guys. Waiting for your votes. Give your votes onto our poll that who is going to be winning out of these two big fixtures. We are waiting for your votes to be coming in. But look at that. Serge Gnabry 60% on those injury moments he is having. Joseph Stanisic still 43%. Davis, Hiroki Ito is almost on a recovery period. Davis is already on a recovery period. Jamal Musiala already. But will that be thing looking good? That is the worry coming in. That is the worry coming in. And talking about Bayern in their fixtures, look at that. Bayern in the upcoming fixtures, they have got a big upsetting win to Dortmund, and where they dominated that game, but Dortmund got a goal. But then also Bayern winning it in the Der Klassiker 2-1. Club Brugge is there. Borussia Mönchengladbach for the next Bundesliga fixture. FC Köln is there for the DFB Pokal. Then they have Leverkusen and it is PSG. If Alphonso Davies, if Hiroki Ito and the likes of Bambi, Jamal Musiala is going to be coming back, it is on the 5th of the November. It is still 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks Bayern has got. Can they make a comeback for Alphonso Davies? Because PSG are in a roaring form. PSG are definitely in a roaring form. Will be the option if Bayern are going to get Jamal Musiala, Stanisic or the likes of Davies. It will be a big one. But again, now looking at the lineups of Nicky Haven's Club Brugge, look at that. Nicky Haven over here, it is Tresoldi the man who is definitely doing the talking. Nicolo Tresoldi for Club Brugge is the man who is doing the talking. He has 18 matches played, 5 goals, 3 assists. Tresoldi is an Italian man but born in German. That is the thing where he is. It is his country of birth is Italian. Nationality he has taken is Germany. But this man, Nicolo Tesoldi, no denying the fact, is the upsetting man for Club Brugge. Nicky Hyan, will he be getting that? Nicky Hyan, will he be getting that? Because this man, Tesoldi, is the upsetting man in the lineup. Let me make this screen a bit high up. Look at that. Hope now it is completely visible. Look at that. It is Nicolo Tesoldi, 21 years of age. Big upsetting man which Club Brugge has got. Brugge has been getting that. And apart from that, it is the likes of Van Aken, the man. Van Aken for Club Brugge from this Belgian side is also a great man to be looking in. 18 matches in this season, 6 goals, 2 assists. No denying the fact he is really doing good. When I can to be talking about him, he has been playing in this Club Brugge. He has been playing in those UCL from Belgium. This man has been really doing that great. Vanaken is the man who is really lethal, and apart from that, if we are talking about, it is their goalkeeper N. Jacques who hasn't got a 12 matches played. He has got 13 saves. Matches without conceding. He has got 5 clean sheets as well. Out of 12 matches, 5 clean sheets. Jacques is the man on the goalkeeping aspects who will be worrying, and it is Serge Gnabry not available, but Nicholas Jackson not being picked in the mid-pitch, and Olise now shifting on to the attacking mid-pitch, and it is Lennart Karl the man. Much of the things will be there for Lennart Karl to be performing in this fixture, no denying the fact. But again, looking at the Madrid squad, let us evaluate that squad much better into this. Look at this Real Madrid squad over here. The injuries which Madrid are having more concerning over here. The previous fixture they had a 1-0 win, but Juventus have really not been that good enough. The old lady Juventus has really not been that good enough. Look at that. Juventus in their matches not playing that good. It is the past fixture in the Serie A against Como. They have got a 2-0 loss. Against the likes of Milan, they had a draw. 2 each against Villarreal, not a win in the past 3 fixtures. Juventus with Atlanta, a draw in the Serie A. It is Verona who has got a draw. With Dortmund, they have got a comeback, I would say. It was not expected because Dortmund were about to be winning that good. And looking at the events, look at that. These were the fixtures against the likes of Dortmund where things were happening. Ediemi, Yildiz, Felix Mecha, Vlahovic, Jan Couto and Ben Sibieni. Rather, it is Dortmund who made those big comebacks. But Juventus has won that 4-3 against Inter. That is the past fixture. It was the 13th September where Juventus has last registered a win. Juventus under the likes of Tudor is not doing that good. That will be the worry. Real Madrid fans with the likes of Juventus will be really wanting this thing to happen. Juventus hasn't got a win in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 past 6 fixtures. Juventus has drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws and a loss. And the loss has come in the right fixture back in the Serie A against the likes of Como. Real Madrid and Juventus is the fixture. Next they have Lazio, Udinese in the Serie A. That is what their fixtures are. But in the Champions League, next if you are talking about, it is the likes of Sporting CP where Juventus will be hosting at their own of Allianz. That is where the things will be. And more talking about Real Madrid in their fixtures, look at that. It is the next fixture Real Madrid has got. It is up against the likes of Barcelona. It is the El Clasico which is going to be happening for Los Blancos, and if they are not going to be performing that good, it is a worry. It is a worry. Xabi Alonso has to be more efficient enough in this fixture, because if we are talking about the likes of this fixture, look at that. It is Real Madrid up against the likes of Juventus, and Juventus players walk on the pitch before the match. That is what the timelines are showing over here, and this is the timeline which is being shown for this fixture against Juventus so far. But this man is the referee who will be really concerning. This man for the likes of Real Madrid will be concerning. Slavako Vinkic, will he be getting that good enough or not is a big question. Slavako Vinkic, the referee officially for this fixture of the UCL, and Real Madrid to be talking, they have got a loss against this referee. That is the thing where Xabi Alonso must be worried. But here is the lineup which is now fully confirmed. Look at that. It is Courtois, it is Militao, it is Asensio, Carreras, Chouameni, Guler, Vini Jr., Brahim Diaz is there in the lineups. That is where the worry is. Brahim Diaz and the likes of Valverde, if they are going to be high up, Ildiz is the man who will be making that. But we will be taking a look on the lineups again. But so far in the Champions League table, PSG are at the top. Inter are at the second spot. They have played that third match day the previous night where PSG got a thumping win. Inter got that. Arsenal also got a win. Dortmund also got that. Manchester City winning it. But Bayern is the team who hasn't played that third fixture and they are on the second spot. Newcastle has played that third fixture and they are on the seventh spot. Real Madrid still has a fixture to go. So look at that. Bayern on the 6th spot, Real Madrid on the 8th spot, but both of them have got a match in hand and 6 points. Both. If 3 points they are getting over here, they will be climbing to the 9th spot. But to get past PSG, they have to win by a margin of 4 goals. That has to be the story. Will Bayern get those 4 goals to get past PSG? The goal difference, PSG are having 10. Inter are having 9. That is what the worry is. That is what the worry is. The goal difference is going to be causing big worry, my boys. The goal difference is going to be causing a big worry. Because upcoming fixtures for Bayern and Real Madrid won't be that easy to be coming in. 6 points, 6 goals difference for both the teams, but a win margin of 4 will get them to the second spot. A 3 will get them to the third spot. But Arsenal are on a goal difference of 8. So Bayern, if they are going to get 2 in the goal margin, then they will be close to Arsenal on the third or the fourth spot. But Dortmund has a goal difference of 5 and 7. So a 1 goal margin will lead Real Madrid and the likes of Bayern to be climbing on to the 4th and 5th spot. That is what the story will be. That is what the story will be. If there is a win for Bayern and Real Madrid, if both of the fixtures they are going to get a win by a goal margin of 1, then they will climb to the 4th spot. If a goal margin of more than 2, then to the 3rd. But to get past Inter and PSG, a goal margin of minimum 4 goals and 5 goals is required. Big task that is. Apart from that, Barcelona on that, they have played their third fixture. They have got a loss. 6 is their points. They will be dropping those in the number table. Apart from that, there is not any worry from any teams to be climbing high up on that spot. Big points difference will be in the top 8. To be in the top 8, it is the goal difference which will be causing big worries. Big worries, it is the goal difference which will be causing in. It is the goal difference which will be causing in big worries. But for Bayern and the likes of Club Brugge over here, look at that. It is the same. It is the same. A win is needed to be on the top 8 spots. The thing is completely clear. A 1 goal lead will bring them to the 4th and 5th spot. A 1 goal lead and a win will bring them to the 4th and 5th spot. But to get past Arsenal, they have to get 3 goals win margin. To get past Inter, they have to get 4, and to get past PSG, they have to get a 5 goals win margin. That is what the story will be. My goodness. The UCL table is already taking those big tolls out of here. Big tolls out of here. And still there is 20 minutes left for the kickoff. Now we will be moving on to the lineups of Real Madrid over here. Look at that again. It is on the right backs, Valverde and Gula is there, but Real Madrid with the likes of Ildiz, Brahim Diaz, will he be good enough to get past the likes of Thuram? Thuram is the man, he is really doing good. No denying the fact, Thuram is the man, he is really doing good. McKennie is there. If he is going to perform, he is lethal. Cambiaso, on the other hand, will be really looking to be just making that. Look at that. In this season, 7 matches played, but he hasn't got a goal. That is where the worry is. But Ildiz is the man. He is really making that career path of him good. From the Bayern Academy, he is on to the Juventus next gen, then coming on to the senior squad. 9 matches he has played, but only 2 goals and 4 assists. He was good performing in the big fixtures, but not good enough for this one. What are those featured players? But Dean Huijsen not available, Carvajal not available, Ceballos, Arnold, Alaba, Rudiger. It is the crisis on the defensive part where Xabi Alonso needs to be doing the talking. Juventus has got a loss, but they have got Bremer and Cabal. Only 2 of the injuries are there. But Juventus, with the like of Jonathan David, will be furious, my boys. Jonathan David will be furious. But Jonathan David hasn't been picked in the lineup for Juventus. It is Vlahovic, the underperforming striker. Still, Igor Tudor is depending on Vlahovic to be doing the talking. Kalulu is there, McKinney is there, but Kalulu on the defensive part, it is on the left wings, I think, where Tudor will be consistently trying to make those high press and will be suffocating the likes of Valverde and Arda Güler to be staying deep. What is this going to be? This match, Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus, many things are going to turn the table, because in the last 6 fixtures for Juventus, 5 draws and a single win. And Real Madrid, to be talking about them, they are at the top of the table. If you are saying it, just have a look at the table for Real Madrid. Look at that. They are at the top. 11 points they have got. 9 points they have got. No, sorry, my mistake, guys. They have got 24 points. 11 is the goal difference. But Barcelona on 22. 9 matches played. Barcelona 7 wins, 1 draw and a loss. 1 draw is where they are suffocating. But there is 1 loss for Los Blancos this season. 9 matches, 8 wins. Pretty decent job Xabi Alonso is doing. But Matchday and 2-0 and the likes of younger ones will be on the team to be looking good if Xabi Alonso needs to be doing the talking. And the defensive injuries are really not making that good enough. The defensive injuries are really not making that good enough for Alonso this season. That is where the concern is. On the other hand, Juventus, to be talking about them in their table in the Serie A, look at that. They are so down on the 7th spot, losing 5 fixtures in the Serie A already. Not losing, 3 draws and 1 loss, a total of 4 and 3 wins. That is what the story is out of those 7 fixtures. Only 12 points. But the Serie A points difference table, look at that. Milan on the top with 16. Inter 1 point behind them, 15. Napoli on the same points, but the goal difference of 1 is where Napoli is lacking with the likes of Inter. But Roma, on the other hand, look at that. This fixture, I would say, Roma and Bologna are doing that good. Roma are also 15 points, 7 matches played. They have got those 2 losses, same as the likes of Inter and Napoli. So whether it is Inter and Napoli who have got those points conceded and letting Roma to be on the soft spot of the Serie A, but it is the likes of Juventus, Atlanta so down. 7 matches played, they have not even won 60% of their fixtures. That is where the thing is. 3 matches each. Atlanta has just won 2. They have matches played 7, only 2 wins, and Atlanta has got 5 draws. That is where the story is. So what will be the result? We still have got the 15 minutes left into this. From my predictions in this game, I think it will be the likes of Real Madrid getting with the likes of Mbappe, Brahim Diaz, Vinicius Jr. In the second half, it will be the likes of Messi and Tuono coming up. Rodrigo is there available. Gonzalo Garcia was the man who got that goal against the likes of Real Madrid in the Club World Cup. If we are saying that, let us have that look. The past fixture was in the FIFA World Cup. Yes, that was it. It is the Club World Cup, but it is Gonzalo Garcia who got that Alexander Arnold assist on the 54th minute, and it was a goal. That is what the story was between these two teams, Real Madrid and Juventus, for the past fixture. But apart from that, in the 2023-24, I mean 22-23, these were all the soccer champions. Juventus winning 3-1. Moiskin, Timo Lehovic. This was the story. Again, Real Madrid winning that in the soccer champions tour. Benzema, Asensio, that was the La Decima team coming in. It is a different story, not to be compared with this one. But in the Champions League, it was way back in 2017, and it was an aura where Real Madrid were carrying it with the likes of Zinedine Zidane, Zizou. But then also look at that, it is 3-1 for Juventus. That was the story. UCL playoffs in the quarterfinals, that too at the Santiago Bernabeu. It was Mandzukic getting 2 goals and Matuidi getting a single goal. But it was Cristiano Ronaldo who got a goal on the 97th minute. But then also Real Madrid making that high up. Goal difference of 4-3 was there because in the previous leg, Real Madrid got a 3-0 both from Cristiano Ronaldo and the likes of Marcelo. This was the story. But it was way back in 2017-18 where these two teams collided in the Champions League. Apart from that, it has been Real Madrid getting 2 wins and Juventus 3 wins for Real Madrid and 1 win for Juventus. That has been the story. And in the head-to-head, if we are talking about 13 wins for Real Madrid, 2 draws and 11 wins for Juventus. Only 2 wins is the marginal difference where Real Madrid are having this good enough in the squad. Real Madrid are having that marginal difference of 2 wins against Juventus. That has what been the story. And final look on the Bayern and Club Brugge. And soon we will be watching that Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus to be coming in next for our watch along. It is Manuel Neuer, Upamecano, Jonathan Tah, Guerrero, Lima, Joshua Kimmich, Pavlovic, Leonard Karl is there, the man talking it, but Serge Gnabry and the likes of Nicholas Jackson not there. Olise, Luis Diaz, Harry Kane. But Tresoldi is the man from Club Brugge. Nicky Hyen, this man, Nicolo Tresoldi, he is lethal enough, my boys. This man, Nicolo Tresoldi, he is lethal enough. Have we got any updates on the timeline? Have we got any more updates in the timeline? That is what we have been waiting for. And on the other hand, Liverpool, with the likes of Arne Slot, look at the lineups they have got. My goodness. Look at that. Liverpool with the lineups, if you are talking about, oh my goodness, let me bring those lineups. Liverpool, if you're talking about in the lineup against Frankfurt, my goodness, look at the lineup of Liverpool over here. What is Arne Slot doing up against the likes of Dino Topmuller, Reed Sudwan, Nathan Brown is there, Götze is there. But why has Dino Topmuller not picked up my man over here? Can Uzun is the man not being picked up. He will be seen coming in. Can Uzun is the man who is doing the talking, but Dino Topmuller hasn't picked him up. But look at the lineups, which, my goodness, Arne Slot again picking up Alexander Isak, combining him with Ekitike. It is Florian Wirtz, Curtis Jones, Gakpo, no one there on the mid page. It is Frimpong, Robertson, Szoboszlai. My goodness, what is Arne Slot doing? He's not having Alisson Becker, Van Dijk and Konate are there. My goodness, Arne Slot, what a lineup he is going in all for the attacks. Gakpo, Isaac, Ikitike, Weeds, Jones, Frimpong, he has got 6 on the attacks, 4 on the defensive with a one goalkeeper. Arne Slot has gone crazy with this lineup, what he has picked up. Look at that. Look at that. Arne Slot has gone really crazy with this. Indo is there and Guma is there, but on the mid pitch, that is where the worry is. Because I think it is Gravenberg who hasn't been picked. It is Gravenberg who hasn't been picked. Look at that. Arne Slot with this lineup, how crazy a man can go. It is the last thing which I am watching about this. Alisson Becker, Bakatic, Leone not available. Look at that. It is the worry which is there. Arne Slot picking up this lineup. He has got a defeat. Liverpool has got a defeat to United. Frankfurt has got a draw to Freiburg. Injuries of Holland is there. Elias Blom is there for Frankfurt. But Alisson, Gravenberg, Leone, these are the men not available. My goodness, what a lineup. It is again Arne Slot who has picked up for this. Six on the attacks. It is Gakpo, Isaac, Ikitike, Frimpong, Jones, Weeds. 6 on the forwards. Is he playing a PC game or a console game? But what is Arne Slot trying to do and making everyone on the attack? Szoboszlai on the right backs. Frimpong is also there. So Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson maximum or Jones dropping in for the defense. Frimpong and Szoboszlai. What is that? It is Ritsu Doan which they have to stop in from coming in. And on the other hand, Dino Topmuller hasn't picked up the likes of Can Uzun, my man. He hasn't been picked up. They have got Batushai who will be coming in good as well. In the second half, it will be worrisome. Arne Slot will be worrisome in the second half. I don't know what is that going to be because I will be watching the fixture over here with Bayern Munich and the likes of Club Brugge and also the likes of Real Madrid and Juventus over here. But how are things going to be making that good? Give your votes, guys. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes. How are things going to be performing in this fixture? We have still 7 minutes left for the kickoff. 7 minutes still left for the kickoff. Who is going to win? Real Madrid or it is the likes of Bayern? We have that exact timeline now on to our screen. Look at that, Real Madrid and Juventus with the Slovako winking, the official referee on the pitch. That is the thing which is really concerning. Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. The referee over here, it is the likes of Donastes Rummases, is the man who is going to be for today's fixture. This is the man who will be for Bayern and Club Brugge. Frankfurt and the likes of Liverpool, it is the likes of Francois Letexier who is the man who will be going there. Frankfurt and Liverpool will have the referee Letexier who will be there on the pitch. Francois Letexier is the man who will be for the fixture between Frankfurt and Liverpool. And Chelsea and Ajax is also the fixture which is happening. The timeline which is being shown over here. It is the referee, this man, oh my goodness, Felix Zoya is the man on the aspects for Chelsea and Ajax. Big upsetting referees are there. Whether the big boys are back and they are going to be winning that or not, Chelsea and Ajax, it is there. Liverpool and Frankfurt, it is there. Bayern and Club Brugge over here. And it is Real Madrid and Juventus. That is the thing which is going to be happening. The first half, I will be watching for Bayern and Club Brugge to be talking in. And if Bayern are getting those big goals out of here, then in the second half, we will be moving for Real Madrid and the Juventus. Or whether in the first half, we should go for Real Madrid and Juventus. But I think Real Madrid and Juventus in the lineups, I would want the likes of Bayern to be playing that big in the first half. That is where the talking has to be done. Because it is Lennart Karl. I would definitely love to watch this man, Lennart Karl, on the page. 5 more minutes left for the kickoff, boys. Final 5 minutes left for the kickoff. We had the all lineups onto our screen, and now it is final 5 minutes left for the kickoff to happen. Real Madrid and Juventus, it is over here. Oh my goodness, I don't believe in now Arne Slot. Nothing to be believing because he has picked up 6 men on the attacks. How crazy you can be on the preferred lineup. So first half, it will be Bayern and Club Brugge. We will be watching if Bayern are getting 2 or 3 goals. In the second half, we will be moving on to be watching Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus. But this fixture, Real Madrid and Juventus, it is 13 wins for Real Madrid, 11 wins for Juventus. That is what the story is. So early goals. Which team will get those early goals? That is the next question which we are going to be putting onto our tab. Which teams are going to get? Which teams are going to get early goals? Give your answers to that question as well. We have been waiting for your answers, my boys. We have been waiting for your answers. Give your answers. We are waiting for your answers. Which teams are going to get early goals? What is that thing which is going to be happening? I think there is a poll coming in onto our chat. I think there is a poll which is coming in. Oh my goodness, we have got a vote in for Real Madrid. We have got a vote in for Real Madrid over here. How are things going to be converting in? Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. We have been waiting for your votes. Give your votes. We have been waiting for that. Oh my goodness, another Juventus vote which we have got on to our live poll over here. It is the question which has been put: which teams are going to get their first goals, early goals? Which teams are going to be getting that? Real Madrid against the likes of Juventus. We'll be watching that in the second half because it will be crazy. And in the first half, we will be watching the fixture over here of Bayern and the likes of Club Brugge. That is where the thing is. 2 minutes 30 seconds left for the kickoff. Just 2 minutes left for the kickoff. Real Madrid, Juventus, and the likes of Bayern Munich and Club Brugge. 2 screens we are having on to our screen. Look at that. The pairs are now set up high on the page. The players are now set up high on the page. The Champions League song has been played. Look at that. It is Bayern with all those men ready into the squad. Vincent Company now coming on every time he is late. I don't know what he does. Is Vincent Company every time late in coming onto the page? Because I have seen him coming on to these headlines quite often late. So now the final look of the lineups which we are having on to our screen. The final look of the lineups which we are going to be having on our screen. But no need of that because we already had those big lineups talking for the past 1 hour. No need of that, my boy. So the timeline is ready. Real Madrid and Juventus parallel watch along, and the likes of Bayern Munich and Club Brugge. Which team is going to win that? And the referees over here, these are the two culprit man, Slavko Vinkic, and it is the likes of Dasmas. Donatas Rumsas. My goodness. Donatas Rumsas is the man. Manuel Neuer with the likes of Van Aken. Both are having that toss over here. But the referee, Donatas Ramsas, is the man. He is a bit critical. Country of birth, which he is having, is the likes of Lithuania. That is where the things will be worrying in. That is where the things will be worrying in. That is where the things will be worrying in. If that is going to be a big one, give your votes, guys. We have been waiting for your votes to be coming on to our poll. Real Madrid up against the likes of Juventus. Who is going to be winning that? And the likes of Bayern Munich up against the likes of Club Brugge. These are the two big watch-alongs we'll be watching. And Liverpool with Arne Slot has again picked up that Iki Tike the man. I'm not at all impressed. I mean, not Iki Tike, it is Isaac. And 6 on the forwards. What is Arne Slot believing he's doing in the UEFA Champions League against the likes of Frankfurt? So first half we will be definitely watching the likes of Bayern and Club Brugge, and in the second half Real Madrid and Juventus, the tussle we will be watching, because I expect, I have made the predictions and definitely it is going to be a big one. It is Manuel Neuer who has been passed the ball early from the kickoff, goes for an early left footer. Harry Kane dropping down, Joshua Kimmich passing that to Kane. What a cheeky pass from Kane. It was to Lima. Sacha Boey not in the lineup for today's game. It is Lima moving high up. Goes for Diaz. Diaz gets that rolling. The kickoff has happened, my boy. The kickoff has happened. The kickoff for this fixture has happened. The kickoff has happened for both the fixtures. My goodness, look at that. Let me refresh that screen. Let me just refresh that screen. It is live. It is, the kickoff has happened for Bayern and Club Brugge over here. The kickoff has happened. And on the other hand, Real Madrid up against the likes of Juventus, the kickoff, whether it has happened or not. Not yet, not yet, my boy, not yet. Is Lima going inside the box? Will he get a shot? No. Clearance coming in. Brugge has got a clearance over here. Upamecano with a big boy tackle goes in. But I think the referee, is he going to give a card for that? No, no card for that tackle from Upamecano. Club Brugge, I mean Real Madrid and Juventus, what has happened? Why the kickoff is not yet happened on? This Club Brugge pressing it high up, goes in, a shot coming in. Number 64 for Club Brugge gets a shot, but no worries for Manuel Neuer. The first half we will be watching for Bayern and Club Brugge, because it is Lenny Carly, my man, playing in, and I can't just miss him watching a fixture for him. But in the second half we will be moving in if Bayern are going to get 2 or 3 goals. Lima this time goes in for Diaz. Upamecano this time passing that. Bayern are looking comfortable. Lenny Curly, my man, gets the touch of the ball. Passing back, Kimmich. Upamecano passes are happening this time for Luis Diaz on the wings. Diaz gets the touch good enough. He's looking confident. He's looking confident. Joshua Kimmich goes in for the far wings. Right wings it is now. Elise moving in. He is up there. Make a dribble, my boy. Get into the box. He gets in. Luis Diaz. It is Elise. Will he get across to Diaz? No. Oh my goodness. It is Bayern looking already composed in this. And they are making those moves, especially from the likes of Mikel Olise. Whereas on the other hand, Real Madrid and Juventus, it is still 2 minutes into that fixture and not a goal. We will be watching that in the second half where the scores will be bit competitive, but in the first half it is Bayern and Club Brugge. I'm watching for this. Get 3 goals, my boy. Elise gets a corner. Good enough. Will that cross come in for a header? No. 3 minutes 30 seconds on the watch. 3 minutes 30 seconds for Bayern and Club Brugge. Not yet a goal being scored. Bayern already looking to be pressing good at the alliance. Lama going for Luis Diaz. Diaz, will he make a cross? Make a cross, my boy. Make a cross. No, cutting in to the mid page. Passing that to Kimmich. Kimmich now trying to spread it. He goes for Olise from the inverted backs. It is Lenny Curly winning that. He gets a left footer edge in to the box. Will he get a shot? No. Bayern are already looking composed, but it is the need of the early goals which has to be coming. It is the need of the early goals. Lenny Curly, my man, he takes a shot. My goodness, Leonard Carl, my man, UCL goal getting it. My big man, my big brother, Leonard Carl. Come on to my, I want to give you a hug, man. This is what I wanted. On the right wings, Vincent Company picking up Leonard Carl. Robin Curly is his name I would give, definitely. He makes a move to the mid pitch and he places that ball in his debut for Bayern Munich. He has got a goal, and now in the UCL starting lineup debut, he gets a goal. What a class goal that was. It was specially made in from heaven with his left footer. He goes in just over the top bar. Look at that speed. Look at that curl. It is the new thing building for Bayern this season, and it is Leonard Carl who has got that goal. This game is already finished in the first 4 minutes. Bayern has made this happen against the likes of Club Brugge, and I can say you that this game is already finished in the first 4th minute. Leonard Carl has done this job. Will Vincent Company give Lenny Curly, the man, those big chances? That is what I was saying, that in the first half we will watch Bayern playing and crushing Club Brugge, getting 3 or 4 goals, and in the second half we will be watching that Real Madrid and Juventus to be talking in, because that is where the fight will be looking in. Oh my goodness, it is Olise again, high up on the prowl. He gets that. Luis Diaz, will he take a shot? No. Guerrero, left footer to the far post. A top cross. It was, but missing it. Leonard, come on, man, he has got a goal. Will Leonard Carl be impressive, and Vincent Company, will he be making this man looking good? What will be there when Bambi Jamal Musiala be coming in? Luis Diaz is there. It is the likes of Olise. It is now Leonard Carl. Will this consistency from Leonard Carl will be coming in, because it is his UCL goal which he has got? My goodness, Leonard Carl getting that big goal. It is out of the universe. It is out of the universe. On the other hand, Real Madrid and Juventus still 6 minutes into is goalless. We will watch that fixture in the second half. Luis Diaz again inside the box goes in. My goodness, early goal coming in for Bayern. This is what the predictions were, that in the first half Bayern are going to get past 3 or 4 goals, and in the second half then we'll be watching Real Madrid and Juventus, where there will be a fight going on looking happening. That is where I love to watch football to be seen. Manuel Neuer this time. It is Brugge trying to build up high, but Neuer gets that deflection good. Manuel Neuer gets that deflection good. So the scoreline, Bayern Munich 1, Club Brugge 0. That is what the thing is. Let me just edit that. It is looking a bit weird onto our screen. Let me just edit that. In the scoreboard, if I would say, what a comfortable start Leonard Carl has given to Bayern over here. What a comfortable start. What a comfortable start Leonard Carl has given to Bayern. Big man looking to be making up big. So will Club Brugge give any sort of worries? Will Club Brugge be giving any sort of worries? That will be a thing to be watching. 1-0 is the scoreline so far for Bayern in this. 7 minutes 9 seconds onto the kickoff for Real Madrid and Juventus, and it is still goalless. It is still goalless over there. Let me refresh that. Yes, it is. Lennart Carl, the man, has done the talking, but I need two more goals, man. I need two more goals. Guerrero gets his left foot up, building it. It is again Lenny Curly on an open space. Number 42. He's dropping in high in the box. Passes that to Olise. Will he make a shot? Pavlovic takes a shot. It hits the post. Pavlovic hits that with his right footer. It was a bit of a curly into that, but just misses by inches and hits the first post. Ball is rolling high up again. This time Luis Diaz going for Kane. Hat-trick, Kane goes for Pavlovic. Olise back to Pavlovic again. Man, looking dominating this. I need 3 goals. It is Lennart Carl again taking a shot to the goal post. It was a power shot which he was looking. He's looking in those big forms. Lennart Carl is looking again. Goodness. This furious form of Lennart Carl is what an ecket. Oh my goodness. Pavlovic with that shot would have got it into the nets, but there was a deflection from the goalkeeper, I guess. Upamecano so high up. He is inside the box of Brugge, trying to press. Bayern are pressing it relentlessly. Bayern are pressing it high up relentlessly. Real Madrid and Juventus still goalless, still goalless, still goalless. In the stats of that, look at that. One shot each of the team Real Madrid and Juventus has taken so far. That is what the storyline is. That is what the storyline is for this picture. It is Liverpool and Frankfurt. What has happened? This match hasn't started. Oh yes, it has started. Liverpool has taken shots on target. Good, my boy, good. Make it up big. Make it up big. Chelsea and the likes of Ajax still goalless. So the goal has happened only over here for Bayern and Club Brugge. But I need 2 or 3 more goals. Then in the second half, we can watch Real Madrid and Juventus. That fight will be looking good in the second half, where the players will be giving everything to get a goal. Interception from referee to that shot from Harry Kane. Harry Kane deep down on the defense making those passes, and the referee is now causing those interceptions. Luis Diaz back to Jonathan Tah, but on the mid-page, look at that. Pavlovic and Kimmich are not making those moves. It is Lennart Carl, Olise swapping those positions. Guerrero is high up. Again, it is Joshua Kimmich running it high up inside the box. A move pass coming in from Olise. But the speed of Kimmich is where the things were not good enough. Bayern looking in good control, and Club Brugge are just having those nervous and shaking legs and not even making those passes at the alliance. That is what the story is. Pavlovic this time going for Guerrero. Guerrero gets that back to Kimmich. Look at that. It is 4 men who are high up. Lofted pass in to Lima inside the box. Luis Diaz. But I need those dribbles and moves coming in from Luis Diaz. I need those dribbles and moves coming in from Luis Diaz. Upamecano back passes to Neuer. Safe. Goes for Guerrero this time. But Lama is now playing more on the left back. His Kimmich with his left footer goes for Diaz. Give a pass, give a pass. He goes for Holise. I need this man, Luis Diaz, to do the talking more. I need this man, Luis Diaz, to do the talking more. Soft corner being taken. Olise, Guerrero, back to Olise. Now Pavlovic. Lima this time. Passing it to Diaz. Make a move. Make a move. Lima goes that for a post. It is the second goal and Harry Kane has done it. 2-0 is the scoreline, my boys. 2-0. I was already saying the predictions were there that Bayern are going to get those 3 or 4 goals in the first half. And in the second half, we'll be watching Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus in the second half, because the tussle will be fight. The tussle will be close over there. It is now a cakewalk which is looking in, and Club Brugge, the Belgian side, are suffocating under the likes of Vincent Company, who is making that happen. It is 2-0 the scoreline, my boys. 2-0 is the scoreline so far. 2-0 has happened, and it is Bayern who is now seen crushing in Club Brugge. Real Madrid and Juventus still goalless. Look at that move. It was a perfect move, and it is Club Brugge who are now getting exposed at the Alliance. The second goal has come in. It is officially confirmed. Harry Kane, the man, getting it to the far post and assist from Lima. Oh my goodness. Liverpool and Frankfurt still goalless. Chelsea and Ajax still goalless. In the first half, we would be watching this. In the second half, we will be going on for that. Leonard Carl, the man, staying high up. Club Brugge, are they trying to be making anything fruitful? Or Bayern are going to be suffocating them big? But look at that, the early goal coming in from the likes of Leonard Carl, the academy player, into the senior squad. That is where the difference is, which comes in. Because that agility, that speed, that aura of making a difference and finding his spot in the senior team, he's doing that. He's building up good, he's making those efforts. That is what is needed for a complete team. Some of the players from the academy, I would want to have some of the mixed combination of other players from the other teams. That is what a big win comes in. That is what a big win comes in. Lima this time, high up, Luis Diaz. I want this man Diaz to do the talking, make a move. He's stopping, not making those moves. Luis Diaz has got his legs bit jammed. He's not moving. I want this man to move. Luis Diaz again getting an pass. Good, Guerrero converted. No, back to Lima. Unavailability of Serge Gnabry, unavailability of Jamal Musiala, Hiroki Ito, Alfonso Davies, Stanisic. Big injuries are there. But Bayern needs these players to be back because they have got big fixtures in the UCL upcoming. That is where the story will be. Police said this time he has missed a dribble pass. Upamecano pressing it. Club Brugge are getting exhausted now. Club Brugge are now getting exhausted. Still goalless. Real Madrid and Juventus. Liverpool and Frankfurt still goalless. But what the heck Slot has picked in the lineup of 6 forwards, I'm not being able to understand so far. Chelsea and Ajax, red card that comes in. Oh my goodness, Ajax are down to a red card, and Chelsea, who have been getting those red cards, they have been the red card getters of this season. Now they have one red card to Ajax. My goodness. Seven, 18 minutes now on the watch for Bayern and Bruges. Will that be the thing happening? It is 2 minutes running ahead of Real Madrid and Juventus. Real Madrid and Juventus on the 17th minute, rather 16 minutes 42 seconds. So this picture is 2 minutes earlier. Better to be, so that we can watch both of that. Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes. Jonathan Tah this time pressing it high up. Goes for Lama. I want that third goal incoming, and I want Olise or Luis Diaz to get that one goal. Olise on the edge of the box. Whom is he going to pass? No, denied. Olise gets a cross to the far post. No one over there to pick that up. No one there to pick that up. These are the clinical aspects which Vincent Kompany needs to be having a build up in the squad, because for the big fights it is the need of the hour. The big fights, it is the need of the hour. That is where the thing is. The big fight is where the need of the hour is for Vincent Kompany, because it is those clinical finishings which has to be coming in. Because Bayern has really got those big fixtures upcoming in the UCL as well. They have got Arsenal. Arsenal are the leaders now in the Premier League. They have got PSG. PSG are in a roaring form. My goodness, Harry Kane has a dummy move. Luis Diaz gets it. He takes a shot. It is a save coming in. But that shot from Luis Diaz, I won't say it was a clinical shot to be taken. It wasn't a clinical shot from Luis Diaz. His form is really looking worrying, my boys. No denying the fact Bayern are carrying the likes of Luis Diaz good enough, but his form is not the best, which is looking up, because that was a shot which Luis Diaz got up against the likes of Jackers. And Jackers, the goalkeeper of Brugge, has been getting those 5 clean sheets this season out of those 12 fixtures. Jackers is the man for Club Brugge. He has got 5 clean sheets. Not a bad goalkeeper to be talking about. And he is playing those UCL. No denying the fact. 20 minutes now on the watch. Bayern and Brugge. Lima goes for Harry Kane. Look at that move from Harry Kane. Everywhere he's running. This man with his slow speed, everywhere he's finding those spaces, he is running. He's not having that huge speed or high run, but he's finding those spots. Lennart Karl this time. Lenny Curley. Oh my goodness. Look at that move from Lenny Curley. The things which he's making. He passes it to Pavlovic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dribbles. Lenny Curley again going into the edge of the box. He's trying to find Joshua Kimmich. The speed of Joshua Kimmich is the thing where it is worrying. The speed of Joshua Kimmich is the thing where it is worrying. Madrid and Juventus still goalless. Liverpool and Frankfurt still goalless. Chelsea and Ajax, my goodness, Ajax after getting a red card, now Chelsea has got a goal, and it is Mark Guay who has got it. Chelsea has got a goal, my boy. 10 men down. Ajax are now playing Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge, and now Chelsea has got a goal. Will Ajax be making those recoveries? Or it will be a cakewalk at the Stamford Bridge for the Blues? Getting that high up. Guerrero goes for Karl again. Back to Karl. Guerrero again. Passes looking happening. Guerrero not in the best of his forms, I would say. Guerrero not in the best of his forms, I would say. Olise has got a challenge. Tah winning that good up. Jonathan Tah goes for Pavlovic. For Meccano, he is there. Luis Diaz this time. I need a move from my boy, the Colombian Lion King. I need a move from Luis Diaz. Look at his position. He is staying so high up. It is Kimmich, it is Pavlovic, it is Olise. They are they have spread the pitch so wide. It is Curley who is also moving in good. Lennart Karl. Pavlovic again, making that to Lama. Lama goes in, a chip in for Diaz. Diaz goes for Harry Kane. One touch pass for Pavlovic again. Back to Kimmich. Kimmich has been intercepted. That is what I'm wanting. That is what the thing Kimmich is really worrying. I think it is Van Aken who has got that short spot. A good defensive block coming in from Jonathan Tah and just safeguarding it and nullifying that attack from Brugge. 23 minutes now on the watch. 2-0 is the scoreline. In the first half, I want it to be 4-0, 3-0 maybe, so that we can watch this picture of Real Madrid and Juventus in the second half. I'm looking desperate to watch this. I'm just waiting desperately to watch this. Luis Diaz again goes for Pavlovic. Call back to Pavlovic again. Give your votes, guys. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes. Who is going to be winning that? Olise again making those dribbles. Lennart Carl is there. Will he pass him? No. Olise moving it single-handedly. He plays the ball just for a touch to be given. But Bayern forwards of Luis Diaz, Harry Kane. It was Lama also inside the box, but none were ready to take a touch to that. Suddenly, Bayern are looking to be overpossessed and making it press high up, but their final thirds, they are losing the ball. The past 5 minutes, Bayern are seen losing their ball high up in their final thirds. Tresoldi is the man. He is lethal for Brugge. He is making those attacks. Will he make that? No. Lama has got a tackle. Nicolas Tresoldi is the man. He is lethal for Club Brugge. No denying the fact. Tresoldi is the man. He is lethal enough, and he can cause those upsets. He is the man worrying for. And again, I'm saying be aware of this man on the pitch. No denying the fact this man, Nicolo Tresoldi, has been really lethal. Italian man taking the nationality of German. He is the man who can cause those upsets. He has played in those German leagues. Bundesliga 2 of Hannover 96. He has played in Hannover 96 under 17, under 19. He now goes in for Belgian league at Club Brugge. 21 years of age. This man, Nicolo Tresoldi, he is capable of causing those upsets. He has been doing in the Euros as well. No denying the fact this man is capable enough of causing those upsets. But still, Brugge has to make a shot good enough for Manuel Neuer to get a goal. One shot they have taken. One on target. But Bayern with 5 shots, 4 on target, has got 2 goals. A big dominating performance again, because in the Der Klassiker it was Bayern who dominated, and now again they are dominating. But I am waiting for this fixture in the second half. 27 minutes over here. In the stats for this, if we refresh our screen over here, look at that. So that question which we were having, that which teams are going to get early goals, it is Bayern who have got. Ending that question and putting next question, that can Real Madrid and Bayern top the UCL table after matchday 3. Can Real Madrid and Bayern top the UCL table after matchday 3? That is the next question which has been pinned onto the chat. Those of you who are watching this, give your answers to that chat as well. That can Bayern and Real Madrid top the UCL table? Look at that. Juventus hasn't been that bad. At the Santiago Bernabeu playing, 3 shots they have taken, 2 on target. Whereas Los Blancos 5, 2 on target, that has been the story. But the possession is more for Los Blancos. So Tudor needs to be making those upset moves, because Juventus hasn't been getting those big goals. I mean, they have been really getting those big goals, but not getting those wins needed in the past 5 fixtures. Liverpool and oh my goodness, that is what I am saying. It is Slot who has picked this ugly lineup of Isaac and six attackers. He's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. Arne Slot picking up this slot of first lineup is out of his mind, and now Frankfurt has got a goal. Rasmus Christensen is the man who has got the goal. Mario Götze, the man 2014 World Cup winner man at Frankfurt, has got an assist, and Rasmus Christensen has got a goal. What more could you expect? The downfall of Liverpool is happening, seen every matches, and Arne Slot sticking in to his rigid ideas of getting that ugly Isaac moving into that. One shot for Frankfurt, one on target, and they have got a goal. No bad you can say about that. Dino Topmuller is still having Uzun in the backups. He has Jonathan Bukart to be coming in. Lethal weapons are there for Frankfurt. Chelsea has got 2-0, and Ajax down to 10 man are now conceding goals. That has been the story of that fixture. But Real Madrid and Juventus still goalless. I'm going to watch this in the second half. But let Bayern get one or two more goals in the first half. 30 minutes now over here. Bayern and Brugge. Luis Diaz with the ball. 29 minutes, 50 seconds rather onto the watch. Upamecano goes for Guerrero. Upamecano again. Lima goes for Ta. Ta has passed that. Luis Diaz, he goes in. It is Guerrero on the move. Passes that to Lima. Make it to Olise, my boy. No, he goes for Lennart Karl. Karl goes for Olise inside the box. It was a move to be made early, my boys. It is both Lennart Karl and Olise. Oh my god, it is Lennart Karl again. Karl, make a shot. Karl has taken it. Will it get into the nets? Oof. Every time this man Lennart Karl is getting the ball in his possession, look at the move which he is getting. Look at the move. Look at the move this man Lennart Karl is getting time and again. How can you deny this man from the starting lineup not to be picked up whenever Vincent Kompany is going to be making that? Because this man is really looking lethal. This man is really looking lethal, and Lennart Karl has done the early damage, and he was ready to be making in those good moments for the second goal for his, and a UCL debut goal as well. But what could have been the story if this would have just entered into nets? Because look at the stats of Lennart Karl. 17 years only and getting a UCL goal. 17 years he is there. He has got a UCL goal. You can't compare this man, Lennart Karl, at the age of 17 years, getting a UCL debut goal in his starting lineup. Not to be worrying, my boys, not to be worrying. In the Bayern, he has played 8 matches. One assist he has got. He has been mostly brought in into those substitutions. He had those chances. In the Bayern Academy, if you are talking about, he has played all in all 40 matches and 34 goals he has got. Lennart Karl in the Academy for Bayern, he has got 40 matches played, 34 goals and 2 assists. That is what the story is of this young man, 17 years, making his UCL debut and getting those glorious names for the fans to be coming in. Pavlovic this time makes a cross into the box. Will Harry Kane get a header? No, denied. On the other hand, if we talk about the likes of the goalkeeper, which Club Brugge are having, no denying the fact it is Jackers, the man. 12 matches for Brugge this season, but he has kept 5 clean sheets. Jackers is not that goalkeeper to be much underestimated. But Bayern has got 2 clinical goals in the finishings. That is what he has conceded. Otherwise, Jackers is the man. He is doing the talking. Real Madrid and Juventus still goalless. My goodness, Liverpool down by Frankfurt in 1 goal in the 34th minute. Ugly stories, my boy, ugly stories. Luis Diaz takes a shot into the nets. Bullet shot from Luis Diaz. He gets that so good. My goodness. 3-0 is the scoreline. Just 3-0 in 33 minutes. Leonard Carl getting a goal. Harry Kane getting a goal. And now it is a bullet and a rising shot from Luis Diaz. He just bombards that. I think it was a rocket coming in from his right footer. And the ball just scoops good it into the net. And the goalkeeper was stunned. It was a stunning goal. This shot was a stunning shot. And look at that power into this. It was Lama on the wings, passes that to Diaz. Diaz takes his time. Right footer and the power in that shot. It was a rocket launched from his legs. It was a rocket launched right footer. My goodness, it touches the top bar and gets it into the goal line with the goalkeeper standing there completely stunned. And it is Brugge who are now being demolished at the Alliance by Bayern Munich. That is what we were wanting. In the first half, Bayern are going to crush Brugge, and in the second half, we'll be watching Real Madrid and Juventus, where the need of that goal will be high enough. It is still goalless, Real Madrid and Juventus. 3-0 is the scoreline. Now it is comfortable. I need one more goal, and in the second half, we will switch to Real Madrid and Juventus and go deep into that depth of Xabi Alonso's performance with this squad. With so much of injuries in the defensive aspects, how is Alonso going to cook? That is what this story we'll be watching to have, because next it is Real Madrid who are having the likes of Barcelona in the El Clasico in the La Liga. Real Madrid has tough fixtures, no denying the fact. But this game is dead as of now. Club Brugge and Bayern, the game is already dead, and Bayern has just humiliated so far Brugge in 35 minutes. Van Aken, the man from Brugge, embracing it high up. Pesoldi getting the ball. Brugge are trying to get something out of it. Man are now dropping on to their defense. That is the rigid playmaking where Brugge, I think it is the first time in 35 minutes where now Club Brugge are trying to get the possession. It is inside the box. Brugge has got the pass for the first time in this picture in 36 minutes. Club Brugge in 36 minutes gets the first ball to be passed inside the box of Bayern. That was in the 36th minute. Now they have a throw coming in. Are Brugge going to get a consolation of one goal at least? Across inside the box. Brugge looking to make some sort of a move, but no worries. It was a header for Van Aken, but denied. Upamecano passing that high up. Leonard Carl drops down. Look at that. Manuel Neuer with that clearance finds Lama. So good. Lama now getting that. Harry Kane involved. Back to Neuer again. Neuer is just shifting the momentum of the pitch good enough. That is what Bayern is having that advantage. Back to Neuer again. Neuer is inside the box. Will he take a shot? He goes in for Harry Kane. Harry Kane now on the left backs. Harry Kane goes for a pass. It is high enough for Luis Diaz. Will Diaz make a move? It is Guerrero. It is Carl. It is Olise. No, Guerrero has lost the possession. It is a win-win again. Lama goes for Harry Kane. Harry Kane was trying to get a dribble, but not getting that touch good enough. Leonard Carl has got an interception. He is moving high up. He has passed that to Kane again. Kane, whom is he going to pass? He goes for Diaz. Diaz inside the box, but he has got an interception. I need that fourth goal. I need that fourth goal in the first half. So if Bayern are going to get 5 goals, then they are going to be on the top spot. Look at that. It is now PSG and Bayern on the scores level of 9. Look at the table of the UCL. It is PSG and Bayern now on 9 points each. If Bayern are going to get one more goal, they are going to be on the top of the UCL table. That is what the story will be looking. That is what the story will be looking. So Bayern needs one more goal, and that difference of 5 will keep them onto the top of the table. And next it is Bayern versus PSG. My goodness. The UCL table, PSG and Bayern on the top now with 9 points. But the goal difference is where 10 PSG are having one more goal difference. So one more goal for Bayern and they will both be on the top. Joshua Kimmich takes a short cross. Corner to be taken. Olise passes that. Diaz. Luis Diaz has got a miss pass, my boy. Luis Diaz has got a miss pass. Real Madrid and Juventus still goalless. Still goalless. Frankfurt and Liverpool. My goodness. Liverpool has scored twice. Thank God Slot is making something at least out of here. Oh my goodness. Ajax down to 10 men are now having a goal against Chelsea. But this table of the UCL is cooking something big, because Bayern, no denying the fact, if we are watching in their UCL fixtures next, I mean, look at the fixtures of Bayern over here. It is Frankfurt. I mean, it is the likes of Brugge. Now they are playing in the UCL. Then it is Borussia Mönchengladbach, FC Cologne. It is Leverkusen, and next it is PSG in the UCL. It is next PSG in the UCL fixtures, where Bayern are going to play their away fixture. That is what the story is. That is what the story is for Bayern. So will that thing be looking good? Will that thing be looking good? Because this UCL table, look at that. It is 9 points, where the things are being quite critical in those goal differences. Look at that UCL table. Who is going to top the table after the match day 3? That is what the worry is. Luis Diaz. I'm worrying about his form. Luis Diaz, I'm worrying about his form. Harry Kane this time goes in far. My goodness, look at that pass to Olise. Olise gets across inside the box, but no worries this time. And I would say the goalkeeper Jackers did a decent job this time. The UCL table is doing the talking. Who will top the table after the match day 3? PSG 1 goal lead with same points of Bayern. Inter also same points, but the goal difference is where they are staying. Arsenal is also having those fixtures against Bayern. My goodness, look at that. Real Madrid now. A draw is going in with Juventus, but a win will also get them to 9 points, but the goal difference will be there. Look at that. It will be the top 5 teams with the same points. My goodness. UCL is going to be a big clash. This UCL in the knockout stages will be a big one. Liverpool have climbed up some points. Chelsea has climbed up some points. Sporting dropping in. Juventus gathering some points with a draw. Frankfurt, Brugge dropping in points. What will be the story of the UCL table after the match day 3? Can Real Madrid and Bayern top the UCL table after match day 3? That is what the question which has been pinned onto the chat. That is what the question which has been pinned. 43 minutes now onto the watch for Bayern and the likes of Brugge. Can I get one more goal? But this game is already looking dead, my boys. This game is already looking dead. Oh my god, Kylian Mbappe has just missed a big opportunity over here. 11 shots, Real Madrid has taken 4 on target, but not getting past a goal against the likes of Juventus. Liverpool now getting their second goal with Van Dijk. UCL nights, my boys, UCL nights, and the things are looking happening. It is inside the box. Second time, Lama this time, will he get a clearance? He goes in, Harry Kane dropping in on the edge of the box. He has fallen. The referee has blown the whistle. 44 minutes. 44 minutes, and it is 3-0 the scoreline. Going that for Upamecano this time. It is 3-0 for Bayern. It is Liverpool who have got their third goal. My goodness, Liverpool has got it. It is Konate. Headers are doing the talking. It is headers doing the talking for Liverpool. So save from Arne Slot. It is again Luis Diaz with the header goal. Misses that. No, that wasn't Luis. Oh yes, it was a big miss from Luis Diaz. Man on the left wings definitely are what a move it was from Kimmich. Luis Diaz should have taken a shot, but he misjudges the ball. On the deflection, it goes in to Harry Kane. Harry Kane takes that shot. It was his left footer. It touches the top bar. Otherwise, Harry Kane could have finished it. Harry Kane could have finished this. Look at that. Manuel Neuer on the other hand, on the goalkeeping aspects, doing those marvelous dribbles. 45 minutes are now up for Bayern and Brugge. 1 minute of added time for the first half. 1 minute of added time for the first half. And big misses coming in from Luis Diaz. But Bayern needs to get that mentality good. That is what Nicholas Jackson is all there for. So the referee looking at his watch and is going to blow that whistle. Donastas Rumstas is the man on the referral today, and his job has been decent. So Bayern and the likes of Club Brugge, it is now 3-0 the scoreline. Now in the second half, we will move on to that fixture of Real Madrid and Juventus. But before that, let us have a reconcile of what happened. It was a marvelous move coming in from Lennart Karl early in, getting that first breakthrough. Then it was the goal coming in from Harry Kane. But Lennart Karl at the age of 17 getting a UCL goal. It was a marvelous job. Lennart Karl is the man. He has done the talking and he has got it good. Harry Kane getting that second goal, it was a marvelous one from the far post, and it was the likes of third goal coming in, and Luis Diaz gets a rocket launch from his right footer, and the goalkeeper was stunned, but a big chance missed from Luis Diaz on the close of the first half. That is what the story is, and so far at the Alliance, Bayern has taken 11 shots, 6 on target, 3 goals, good enough, and they are climbing high up on the UCL table. But Club Brugge has only managed 2 shots, but 2 of them were on target. And in the UCL table so far, it is PSG and Bayern who are now at the top, 9 points. Inter are also on the third spot, but with 9 points. And the goal difference of PSG are having 10, Bayern are having 9, and Inter are having 9. If Bayern are going to get one more goal, it will be comparable to that of PSG. That is the thing is, and Bayern and PSG are going to face each other in the next UCL fixture. That is a big thing, and that is the story which is. But it is Real Madrid now moving on to their story. What happened? It was some early chances, I guess, was a miss coming in from Kylian Mbappe. But all in all, in the stats, 13 shots, Los Blancos taking at the Santiago Bernabeu with the deficiency of their defensive aspects. It is the attackers where they have to get the goals. Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Bellingham, everyone is there to do the talking. But a goal was needed. But Juventus, I would say, definitely to be doing the talking on the goalkeeping aspects. It is Gregorio, whether he has done the big job or not, or whether it is the potential attackers of Xavier not getting that clinical finishing is the factor which is. Now we will be moving on to this watch along of Real Madrid and Juventus in the second half, but after a short break. And on the other hand, Liverpool with those aspects of Arne Slot again picking up 6 attackers and now getting 3 goals, but they were down by 1 goal against Frankfurt. And I was really going to trash Arne Slot big if there was some sort of upset going on. But against Frankfurt, it was a predicted win to be coming in, and that is what the thing has happened. And 3-1 is the score line. And the goals coming in, Ekitike, Van Dijk, all the marvelous headers, and Ibrahima Konate. That is what the story is. Look at the goals which has happened. It was Rasmus Christensen from Frankfurt getting that first goal, assist from Mario Götze. After that, it was Robertson for Liverpool who gets an assist, and Ekitike gets that. It is Gakpo getting that assist for the second goal of Liverpool, and Van Dijk gets that. Van Dijk scores a header. It is the likes of Ekitike, the previous Frankfurt player who has opened the levels, and Konate, the man, Konate extends Liverpool again with a header. So it is the set piece headers coming in, and Szoboszlai, Gakpo and Robertson getting those assists, and Konate, Van Dijk and Ekitike getting those headers and goals. That is what the story is. But Chelsea and Ajax, this sad story which is looking for Ajax because they are down to 10 men with a red card, and Chelsea has somehow turned their previous red card disputes which are coming in, and they were having that history of getting a red card this season out of nowhere. But now it is the reverse thing because it is Ajax who has got down to 10 men, and in their lineups to be talking about the man who has got that red card. Look at that. Who is that who has got that red card for Ajax? It is Kenneth Teller, the man for Ajax, getting a red card and a dismiss one. But the referee over here, is that the man wearing in? Is that the man wearing in? Felix Sawyer, the man giving a red card. Bit controversial man, I would say. Bit controversial man. And he has given a red card to Ajax. And Ajax at the Stamford Bridge are now down by 4-1. It is Magui, it's Caicedo, it is Enzo Fernandez, it is Estevao. That to a penalty. Estevao has got a penalty. What more could Chelsea fans expect? It is a red card to Ajax. It is a penalty to Chelsea. Felix Zoya is doing the talking. This man is doing the talking for Chelsea. No denying the fact. This man is doing the talking. A penalty goal and a red card, all in favor of the Blues, and they are doing the talking. But in the second half, we will be watching the fixture of Real Madrid and Juventus. But before that, look at the standings of the UCL table. And I will take a short break, and in the second half, we will be watching the aspects of Real Madrid and Juventus. That is what I would be wanting to be happening in this fixture. That is what I would be wanting to be happening in this fixture. So do stay tuned to it, guys, and give your answers and votes onto the poll. We have that poll which has been pinned onto the chat. That who wins tonight? Real Madrid has got 33% votes. Juventus has got 33. Bayern has got 33. Club Brugge hasn't got a single percent of votes to be given. And there is also that question that can Real Madrid and Bayern top the UCL table after match day 3? That is what the question has been pinned. And do give me just 2 minutes. I will take a short break and I will be back, because it is already close to 2 hours we have been streaming and I need to have a loop break. I need to have a loop break. I will just back in 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes, I will be back. The second half where the talking is to be done for Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus. That is where the things are looking to be coming up big in the second half on our team. We are back from that short 2 minute break. And now moving on, look at this UCL table from where we start the second half. It is PSG at the top. They are making it good. It is Bayern at the second with same points. Inter at the third with same points. But the goal difference of 10, 9, and 9 is where the story is between these top three. Arsenal 9 same points, but a goal difference of 8. Top 4 of the UCL are now booked with same points. But the goal difference is where they are facing it, and Bayern are going to face PSG in the next UCL fixture. Big clash that will be Bayern, which are going to be having. But Real Madrid still goalless are on the 7 points, but they will be if they are going to get a win on the 9th spot. But a goal difference of 7. So top 5 teams, if Real Madrid are going to get a win, then top 5 teams will be in the same 9 points with a goal difference. It will be a big clash, boys. It will be a big clash in the knockouts. So which teams are going to be the top 8 will be the find out of the match day 3 after this is going to happen. But now we will be just having the watch along of Real Madrid and Juventus over here. Let us bring in the stats of Real Madrid and Juventus onto our screen. This is what it is. Look that. Oh my goodness. 13 shots Los Blancos has taken. Big one, but we will be moving on that how Los Blancos has failed to get a goal out of this. Let me just put that onto our screen. In the fixtures of Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus, look at this. This is where the things are looking crazy for Real Madrid. Where is the past map? Where is the past map? Here it is. We just put this screen off. Let us bring this onto our screen. Look at the past map of Real Madrid and Juventus over here. It is for the Los Blancos now. Look at this. It is Courtois who is staying on the goalkeeping aspects. Number 3, Militao high up on the center part of the box. Center half. Raul Asensio is staying bit deep. He is playing those destroyer roles. Carreras is bit deep. It is number 7, Vinicius Jr., who is high up. 10, Kylian Mbappe, but 5, Bellingham, 15, Gula and Tchouaméni. They are staying almost on a straight line. But most of the passes, look at that, it is Vinicius Jr. who has got 4 passes coming in from the likes of Alvarez. That has been the talking. But Carreras passing that on the mid pitch. He has passed 14 all in all. Gula to Carreras has been 5 and Carreras to Gula have been 9 passes. It is the same with Tchouaméni, 5 and 9. There is the thing, but Tchouaméni in those passes is not building it high up. Rather, he is passing most of that back to Militao. It is those Carreras and the likes of Asensio who are doing the talking on the wings. Valverde over here passing that. It is 18 times Brahim Diaz and Valverde has exchanged their passes. That has what been the story. And Jude Bellingham passing that high up, it is to Kylian Mbappe, has been only one pass that has happened. But most of the passes is coming in from Gula, who is doing the creativity. He has passed in 9 to Kylian Mbappe. That has been the story. But if we are going to see what has actually happened for Juventus on the other side, look at this. Juventus hasn't been making any impressive passes, rather they are playing on their lower blocks. That has been the story for Juventus. That has been the story for Juventus, and the second half for the kickoff is about to happen. Oh my goodness, what has that happened? Let me just change this so that you can have the match timer here. It is 0 each. It is still the half time which is going on. Let me just open that screen so that we can have a watch. Real Madrid and Juventus over here. There is still that advertisement which is going on. So still the second half hasn't yet started, but Juventus has been really poor in making those passes. But putting the screen off and now getting the involvement of Real Madrid and Juventus. Look at this. This has been the story so far. The first shot coming in was from Ildiz, from Juventus. It was a block. Ninth minute, Chouameni takes a wide shot coming in from this spot. 10th minute, McKennie from Juventus getting that. It is the second half which is going to begin, but Gatti getting that, Chouameni again, Militao, where is Kylian Mbappe? Kylian Mbappe gets the first shot on the edge of the box on the 23rd minute. 25th minute, it was Diaz. Chouameni again, Chouameni on the mid pitch is finding those spaces. Vinicius so far from the box, Gulo so far from the box. That has been the story so far. That has been the story so far. The second half is about to begin. The second half has a kick-off over here for Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus. But are there any substitutions being made? Let us have a look if there is any substitutions being made. No substitutions being made by Alonso. He is sticking to his initial lineup. Ildiz is now making that move good enough. Will he get a chance to have a shot? No, denied. Kalulu, will he get a shot? Denied. It is Militao who has got a block. It is Militao who has got a block over there. A corner coming in. Juventus with the header. Denied. Militao again blocking that. A shot being taken, but not a threat for Timo Courtois this time. 48 minutes now. Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus still goalless, and Tudor is furious now. He is expecting a goal to be coming in for his. It is a goal which he is wanting to be coming in. It is a goal which is expected to be coming in, and Tudor is expecting his men to be getting those big numbers talking. But what has just happened to our. Let the screen be like that only. It is 0 each the score line. It is 0 each the score line, my boys. Oh my goodness, it was a big opportunity coming in. Timo Courtois gets that save good enough. Timo Courtois gets that save good enough. Look at that. It was Blahovic who got a left footer. My goodness, Timo Courtois somehow gets the touch of the ball with his left footer. Otherwise, it would have been a goal coming in. Now Tudor's men are doing the talking. On the other hand, Bayern and the likes of Club Brugge, it is still 3-0 the scoreline. Liverpool and Frankfurt, the second half has begun. 3-1 is the scoreline. Chelsea and Ajax 4-1. It is now Tudor's men who are doing the talking. Now in the second half, Tudor's men are making his old lady doing the talking, and they are making those moves. They are seen making those moves. Zero each is the score line. This time Carreras passing that. Kylian Mbappe on the left mid pitch. Bellingham is not getting. Kylian has got it. He passes that to Vinny. Vinny makes a move inside the box. Take a shot, man. Late shot from Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. takes that shot. It was a late one from him. First time shot needed, my boy. Kylian now making his moves. Passes that to the edge of the box. Militao takes a shot. Diaz has got the deflection. Passes that. Valverde gets a deflected shot. But not a threat it was. Not a threat it was. Look at that. Things are looking talking. Anything can happen. Will Real Madrid get a goal? Will Juventus get a goal? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It is being played deep. Vinicius has got the possession. Is he going to pass that or make a shot? No, he passes it onto the wings again. It is a cross coming in. A header one. Bellingham this time. Denied. It is a denial to Bellingham's header, but Bellingham was nowhere near the nets with that header. Not a potential header coming in from Bellingham. Not a potential header coming in from Bellingham. So many this time. Header interception. Gula goes in. Bellingham. Now Madrid are doing the talking. Vinny again goes for Ada Gula. Gula Mbappe. Carreras. Passes looking happening everywhere on the mid part of the opposition defense, but not getting it good enough into the box. Carreras this time has got Kylian. Kylian passes that to whom? A miss pass from Kylian Mbappe. Xabi Alonso on the sidelines, but will this referee be good enough? Because it is the likes of Slovako winking the referee on the pitch for today's fixture. Will this man cause some upsets? He is already having some talk. Is Bellingham not that involved in the gameplay, which is the thing looking on the screen? Vlahovic, the non-clinical finisher for Juventus, has missed a big chance up against the likes of Timo Courtois in the second half. That is what the story has been. That is what the story is now looking. Look at that. The second half, that is what we were waiting to be watching for Madrid. It is now Gula passing that. Kylian has got that. Will he make a shot? He back passes. Bellingham dribbles it. He takes a dribble again. Takes a right footer. Blocked again. These are the moments we were watching for because Real Madrid and the likes of Juventus, no denying the fact, epic rivalry is now seen. Real Madrid has got 13 wins, 2 draws, and 11 wins for Juventus so far. Head to head, if we are talking about these two giants of big boys of football, it was Bellingham not taking that shot, but instead passing it to Kylian Mbappe on a free space. He takes that shot with a turn. It is a handball coming in. It is Thuram from Juventus. No, his hand was close to his body or not. I don't know, but whether it is the referee Slovako wing kick, will he be making those upsetting moves? On the other hand, the other fixtures, Bayern still 3 up against Club Brugge. It is Liverpool 3 up, 3-1. And Chelsea 5-1 against 10-man down Ajax. That is what the story is for today's fixture. But now in the second half, more we are looking on for the likes of Real Madrid and Juventus. Timo Courtois gets a good save. He passes it high up. Kylian Mbappe this time. 56 minutes on the watch. It is exactly 56 minutes now on the watch. It is Ildiz on the edge of the box. He makes a turn. He gets that to the far post. Non-professional move coming in from Dusan Vlahovic. Otherwise, it could have been a goal. Ildiz is doing the creativity every time. This man, Ildiz, young man into the squad, so good. He is making those moves, but it is Vlahovic not doing the talking. I think it is the time, looking at the stats of Vlahovic, if we go more deep into it, look at that in the lineups. Let me change that screen over here. It is Dusan Vlahovic. If we are talking about this man in the matches and in his career so far, it is Vinicius inside the box. Will he get a shot to the far post? He gets a rebound and it is Bellingham who has got a goal. It is what the moment which we were waiting to be happening. And now it is Jude Bellingham who has got a goal. It was Vinicius Junior first hitting that, but it was a rebound coming in from the far post and Bellingham on that deflection gets it into the nets. It was so easy for Bellingham to get that. Look at that, the creativity coming in from Vinicius, getting past 1, 2, 3, 4 players. He takes a left footer. It was some sort of an error as well. Juventus, Di Gregorio on the goalkeeping aspects had a jump onto it. He misses that completely from Vinicius Junior. But all efforts to Vinicius Junior for that goal. Look at that. He went to the far post. He gets a deflection from the post. Di Gregorio down on the goal lines. Just couldn't recover from that fall. And Bellingham getting that straight into that. Jude Bellingham number 5. The goal, UCL goal he has got. UCL goal that has got, that is what the thing is. But Juventus, to be talking about him, which we were saying it just a few moments back, look at that. It is the presence of Vlahovic. 9 matches played, only 4 goals and an assist. That is the thing which he is doing the talking. That is where Tudor must be worried. But no denying the fact, Tudor has got the options. If you are talking about, look at that. They have got Luis Openda. They have got Jonathan David. So many of the players. Conceição is there. Zergova is there. But not bringing him. Luis Openda, Zergova, Jonathan David, Conceição will be lethal enough. Will be lethal enough. But 1-0 is the scoreline, my boys. And Real Madrid are now getting that good. And indeed, table, if we are talking about of the UCL, look at that. It is now Real Madrid with, let me just refresh this. The UCL table, the refreshed one. This hasn't been yet refreshed, my boys. Let us wait. But the goal is what now Real Madrid are having. And 1-0 so far against Juventus. Will this be the lead? Will this be the lead for Real Madrid up to those 90 minutes? Plus stoppage time. That is the thing to watch for in the second half. And we went into the second half for Madrid. And Madrid has scored a goal. What more you could want, my boy? The ball is now rolling. Militao passing that to Carreras. Vinicius Jr. trying to find something from the mid pitch, and that is what Xabi Alonso is lacking this season. And adding more to it, it is the defensive injuries which he is also having that. But Carreras this time again passing to Gulo. Gulo goes for Brahim Diaz. Valverde is high up. Whom is he going to pass? He back passes that to Asensio. Back to Militao again. Carreras this time. He finds Bellingham. Missed pass from Carreras, but interception missed by Thuram. Safe into the hands of Di Gregorio. Otherwise, Kylian could have got that big opportunity to get a goal. Ildiz is dropping down. Ildiz is making that dribble, moving it high up. He passes that to Vlahovic. Vlahovic has a fall on the pitch. He recovers it good. He is making some effort. He passes that to Thuram. It is a fall. It is a fall. Look at that. It is a worry. Slovako Vinkic, the referee on the pitch, gives a yellow card. That is, Thuram has now got a yellow card. It is Koopmeiners, Kambasu and Kalulu all are placing that high up for Juventus on the mid pitch. But nothing looking cropping up. Nothing looking cropping up for Juventus. They were making some early expectations of goals. But Slovako Vinkic now giving a yellow card. That is, Brahim Diaz this time has been given a card for that challenge. Brahim Diaz this time gets a card for that challenge. Give your votes, guys. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes. In the second half now, oh my goodness, look at that. It is now Tudor making that change. It is Thuram who is moving out of the pitch, and it is Francisco Conceição coming in. More attacking reinforcements Tudor is bringing into the squad. It is more defensive reinforcements which Tudor is bringing into the squad. 62 minutes onto the watch. 1-0 is the scoreline, and Thuram is out and Conceição is in for Tudor. A free kick taken. Juventus with the likes of Koopmeiners takes a cross. No. Header block coming in. Carreras blocking that good. It is Carreras now with the clearance. Kalulu is up against the likes of Vinicius Jr. Denied. Kalulu has denied Vinicius Jr. of a run. Kalulu has got that speed, my boy. Kalulu has got that speed. Now the things are looking. Real Madrid 1 and Juventus 0 in the second half. We just started watching this, and Real Madrid had got a goal. It is McKennie this time trying to spread the pitch high up for Ildiz. Blocked. Ball is off for throw. Vinicius Jr. couldn't gather that ball good enough against the likes of Kalulu. Koopmeiners again passing that to Ildiz. Oh my goodness, look at that. It is Vlahovic who is high up. The flags are not yet raised. Back to Ildiz. Ildiz takes a shot to the far post. No worries for Timo Courtois this time. Dusan Vlahovic, this man is completely off his form. Dusan Vlahovic, this man is completely out of his form. I don't know what this man Dusan Vlahovic is eating, what this man is doing, but he is simply out of his big form. No denying the fact he is being out of his form. So no substitutions yet from Alonso. 64 minutes onto the watch, but one coming in from Tudor. What is Militao doing? He passes that simply to Vlahovic. But finally, Carreras getting that interception. It is Valverde now, speeding it high up. He goes for Bellingham. On the mid-page, he goes for Kylian. Make a shot. Kylian takes a shot. Grounded one from Kylian and safe into the hands of Di Gregorio. I need 2 more goals, my boys. I need 2 more goals. It was a move from Kylian Mbappe, but not a potential shot to be taken and safe into the hands of Di Gregorio. Look at that. It is the position now Real Madrid are having. Oh my goodness, that hasn't been yet updated. that hasn't been yet updated. The table hasn't yet been updated. So yes, Real Madrid now with 3 matches, 2 wins if this is going to be a 1-0 score line. 7 points, they are on the 5th spot. That is what the story is. But the goal difference will be worrying. The goal difference will be worrying. The top 4 of the UCL, look at that. PSG, Bayern, Inter, Arsenal, all with 9 points. The top 4 are making that big enough. But Real Madrid has got a draw, and that is where the thing is. They are lacking of those 2 points. But big chances for Kylian Mbappe needs to be scored. That is where the worry is. 1-0 is the scoreline. Can Madrid score more? Let us end that question and start the question that can Juventus equalize or Madrid will score more? Can Juventus equalize or Madrid will score more? That is the next question which has been put into the chat. It is Diaz inside the box. He's dribbling past, single-handedly moving. He takes a right footer, chip in shot. That shot from the likes of Brahim Diaz was so cheap, and every time Real Madrid are throwing it into the center of the box to take those shots. Now a corner win situation, I think. Los Blancos will now take a corner. If you're talking that, it is the 12th corner which the Los Blancos will be taking. 12th corner coming in. Big one. 12th corner on the sheet coming in for the Los Blancos. Adagula going to take that from the left corners with his left footer, goes into the far post. Valverde takes a shot, deflection. Di Gregorio had a jump, but it was a block. It was a block, and what a conversion Adagula was expecting to be coming in from Valverde. It is Valverde from the far post out of the edge of the box, takes a right footer, and from where he has been taking that, but it was a block from the Juventus defense. And Tudor, if you're talking about, Rugani is the man who has got that interception. Otherwise, it would have been lethal for Di Gregorio to save it. Another corner coming in, 14th corner for Los Blancos. 13th, my mistake, guys. 13th corner, Gula again to the far post, but no way near the pitch. This is the thing happening at the Santiago Bernabeu. On the other hand, Bayern 3 up against the likes of Club Brugge. Liverpool also 3-1 up against like Frankfurt. They have made a comeback. And Chelsea 5-1 crushing Ajax down to 10 men. The goal has come in and Los Blancos has got their one goal. But will that be the story up to those? Kelly, the man from Juventus, moving it high up. Goes for Cambiaso, makes a cross straight into the hands of tall Courtois, and no worries for him. My goodness. Juventus on their defensive aspect from the likes of number 4, Gatti, Rugani and Kelly are doing their hard job, but they are pressing it good enough. Not giving any big opportunities. That is what the thing is. And Tudor from the sidelines is consistently asking his players to be doing the talking. Oh my goodness, Xabi Alonso now bringing in Camavinga into the lineup. Whom is he going to replace? Camavinga is now seen coming in. Whom is he going to replace? Camavinga coming in, and who will be the man who will be replaced? Terras had a fall on the pitch, and the referee Slovako Vinkic calls for a whistle. in favor of the Los Blancos. 1-0 is the score line, my boys. 1-0 is the score line. Can we have more goals for Los Blancos? That is that question which has been pinned. And there is also that poll which has been pinned. Chouameni passing that to Gula again. Camavinga still waiting on the sidelines. Xabi Alonso is having that talk. 70 minutes on the match. 20 more minutes left. Carreras passing that. Vinny Jr. goes for Gula. Gula has got an interception coming in. But nothing cropping looking up from the likes of Juventus. It is an open chance. Vinicius has placed that. Kylian takes a shot. Brahim Diaz takes a shot. Di Gregorio gets two big saves in just under 2 seconds. It is Vinicius who made that move. He dribbled past number 4 from Juventus. It was Kylian on the box taking a shot. It was straight for Di Gregorio. Di Gregorio saves that, and again it was the likes of Diaz taking a shot. Big saves from Di Gregorio. Oh, it is that worrying form of Kylian and Brahim Diaz in this picture that they are not getting those conversions good enough from inside the box. That is where the story is looking to be happening. Not good enough. Otherwise, the stats, what they are revealing is, it is again a left footer from Valverde. My goodness. Juventus are giving everything. It is their number 4 Gatti, it is Rugani, Kelly. They are all playing as the goalkeepers as well as those centre backs and stopping every shot. Because looking at the stats, 25 shots Real Madrid has taken, only 8 on target. Big ones. Vinicius is looking, doing the talking. Bellingham takes a shot. Again, Di Gregorio saves that. 26 shots Los Blancos has taken. 9 on target. They are now bombarding Juventus onto their nets, but it is Di Gregorio, the man who is saving everything. Di Gregorio is saving everything. Will this be the story? Will this be the story up to those 90 minutes? Because if Juventus are going to get a goal, more defensive reinforcements will be coming in. It is now Bellingham on the mid page. Passes that. It is SNCO high up. It is Arda Güler now making his way out of the pitch. Camavinga is the man coming in. It is Xabi Alonso getting the first substitutions, and it is Camavinga coming in and replacing Arda Güler. Oh my goodness, it is the substitutions also coming in from Tudor. It is Tudor who is also going to make those substitutions. It is those Mia San Mia moments happening. Real Madrid are looking cooking good, but the thing which is not seeing happening is look at the substitutions which now has been made. It is Vlahovic is out. Tudor has brought in Jonathan David. It is Koopmanias who is out. Locatelli on the mid page. It is Yildiz who is out and Openda. So two fast forward reinforcements for Real Madrid coming in. It is Luis Openda who is now joining Jonathan David. Vlahovic, the non-clinical performer, has now been replaced. That is what the story now is for Real Madrid and Juventus. Bayern has got their fourth goal. My goodness, Nicolas Jackson coming in and getting a UCL goal. Leonard Carl getting his UCL debut goal. It is Nicolas Jackson getting his goal. My goodness. Bayern are crushing, and if you are talking about the table, look at that. It is Bayern and PSG who are now on the level. In the UCL table, if you are talking about, with 4 goals past Club Brugge, Bayern now are with 10 on the goal difference. 10 on the goal difference. Bayern and PSG are now leveled with that Nicolas Jackson goal. Bayern are now with that level of 10 goals, and PSG and Bayern are on the same points, same goal difference. And next it is PSG and Bayern in the UCL. A big fight is that going to be. Look at the points table over here. 9 points both have got. 10 is the goal difference for both PSG and Bayern. My goodness. Man are creating those big moments. And Real Madrid over here, 1-0 is the scoreline against Juventus. It is Liverpool 5-1. My goodness, Slag, Gakpo, everyone has got a goal. And Chelsea 5-1. My goodness, the UCL matchday 3 have been really big scoring. But this picture, Real Madrid and Juventus, is not that big thing happening. And Slovako wing kick again. It is Luis Openda up against the likes of Valverde. Denied. Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. Those of you who are watching, give your votes on our live poll. Will Real Madrid get more goals, or Juventus are going to equalize? That is the thing which is looking. But in the mid pitch, Madrid are suffering, and in the clinical finishings from Kylian Mbappe, Brahim Diaz, it has been really not that good enough. It is Valverde now finding Vinicius Junior on the left wing. So far, Vini trying to find Kylian, but not good enough to get Kylian a touch into that. But Kylian Mbappe, to be talking about him, look at the touches which he has got so far. Let me put this on to our screen. Look at the shot maps for Los Blancos so far. How many shots is Yildiz who has taken, but Real Madrid with 27. Look at that. Tchouaméni 1, Tchouaméni 2, Militao. Kylian Mbappe gets the first shot on the 23rd minute from the edge of the box. Diaz also gets that. Tchouaméni again. Tchouaméni has taken 4 shots. Vinicius so far from the box. Müller so far from the box. Militao, Guller, Mbappe on the 40th minute gets the second shot. It is Conceição up against the likes of Vinicius Jr., but Slovako Vinky giving that a win for the likes of Conceição. Vinicius Jr. asking for some sort of a card or some sort of a booking, but denied. So Kylian Mbappe gets the second shot on the 48th minute. That is what the story is. Only two shots from Kylian. In the second half, Juventus were making those shots. Vinicius has taken three. That is what the story is. That is what the story is. Now it is the third shot which Kylian has got so far. Fourth shot. So all in all, Kylian Mbappe has only got 4 shots, but it has been misses. It has been misses. Kylian Mbappe asking for a penalty, but it is Slovako wing kick not giving that potential card even. That has been the story. And what more you could have expected? It is Real Madrid with 25 shots, 8 on target. But look at this UCL table. It has now been updated. PSG and the likes of Bayern are there, where they are having those 9 points, and 10 both are going to face each other for the UCL next fixture. My goodness. What is that going to be, my boys? What is that going to be? Big, huge clashes looking in. Conceição and Vinicius Jr. had a war over here, but Conceição getting that tackle, was that good enough? Is there some sort of VR being taken? No VR being taken. Slovako wing kick. The referee is not even taking a VR for that. 82 minutes on the watch. Courtois passes that. Goes in high enough. It is Bellingham who is trying to find Valverde on the right mid page. Camavinga again on the mid page. Back from a long-term injury again. He goes for Militao. Militao has got the likes of SNCO. Back to Courtois again. Courtois this time goes for Militao again. He goes for Camavinga. Camavinga gets a touch, but not good enough to get either Kylian Mbappe nor Bellingham. Camavinga is playing single-handedly on the mid-page with the likes of Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni is staying deep. Tchouaméni is staying deep. 83 minutes on the watch. My goodness, Kalulu is inside the box. He makes a fall. He takes a cross. Kalulu is looking out of his gas. It is Kalulu who is looking out of his gas. That is what the worries are for Tudor. It is now Maston Tuono and the likes of Gonzalo. No, it is Francisco Garcia coming in. Left back on the substitution, and it is on the right wing substitutions coming in. Brahim Diaz is moving off the pitch. Oh my goodness, it is Brahim Diaz who is out of the pitch. It is Vinicius Jr. out of the pitch. It is Maston Tuono and Fran Garcia coming in. 2 substitutions now again, Alonso making. It was Camavinga, and now it is Maston Tuono and the likes of Francisco Garcia. That is where he is wanting those reinforcements. Where is Maston Tuono going to place himself? Diaz is off the pitch. Vini is off the pitch. And so not happy with the performance. It is now Juventus getting a throw. McKennie takes that. A short one. He goes for Conceição. Conceição is making those moves. He gets a curl into the box. Denied. Is Juventus now looking for those early crosses and those long balls coming in, because they have got Luis Apenda and Jonathan David into those attacks. That is where they will be looking to be cropping up big. They are targeting those center backs time and again, but not getting those clinical finishings. So substitutions, if you are talking about, look at that. It is Camavinga, Garcia, Mestre, and Tuono. Three substitutions Alonso has made. And for the likes of Tudor, it is Locatelli, Conceição, Luis Openda, Jonathan David. Most of them have been on the forwards for Igor Tudor. Most of the substitutions in the forwards coming in for Tudor, but for the likes of Xavi Alonso, it is two on the mid, one on the mid pitch, one on the left mid pitch, and one on the wings. So Alonso is taking those small steps at a time in building. It is Jonathan David passing that. Luis Openda back to David, takes a shot, block. Poor finish from Luis Openda in the making with his left footer. And it is Juventus not getting a win in their past fixtures. Now are also struggling to make a shot on attempt, a good attempt to get that one goal equalizer. Poor miss that was. The flags were not raised even. Look at that. It was David, it was Openda. Both were on an open space. Asensio got that block good enough. He felt that a destroying moment coming in from Asensio, and he blocked that straight for Luis Openda to take that into the nets. What a marvelous block it was from Asensio. Will Asensio be the next Sergio Ramos or not? But it was a block good enough and denied a clear shot to be taken from Openda. Look at that. I think now it is Gonzalo Garcia, the man who got that goal in the FIFA World Cup against the likes of Juventus, is now seen warming up. Is Gonzalo Garcia the man seen coming onto the pitch? Is Gonzalo Garcia the man seen coming onto the pitch for Real Madrid? What a block from Asensio. Marvelous one. Marvelous one. But Luis Openda in that shot wasn't even good and clinical enough to get a goal. On the other hand, Bayern and Club Brugge, it is 4-0 the scoreline. That has been the story. We watched that first half and marvelous goals from Lennart Karl coming in. Big UCL, 17 years of age, and he has got that UCL goal. Big lineup coming in from him in the upcoming few years. Liverpool and Frankfurt 5-1. My goodness, Ekitike gets the first conversion for Frankfurt for his previous club with his present club. Chelsea Ajax 5-1. My goodness, score lines 4 goals margin each for all the teams. But now Real Madrid won up against the likes of Juventus. That is what they mean the story. I want a few more goals. 87 minutes 30 seconds now on the watch. It is Gonzalo Garcia who is coming in, and it is Asensio on the defensive aspects have been dropped. Asensio have been dropped because Alonso has the next fixture up is the likes of Barcelona in those El Clasico in the La Liga. That is what he can't afford to have any defensive. He can't afford to have any sort of defensive absent from the pitch due to injuries because he's already having those big concerns. Conceição from Juventus trying to build up. Back passes that to Di Gregorio on the goal post. Build-ups from Juventus are looking spread wide enough, but not getting that good. Conceição again. Whom is he going to pass? He passes back. It is Gatti, Kelly who are on the centre backs making those. Cambiaso not good enough. Juventus 88 minutes 43 seconds. Will they get the equalizer or Madrid are going to get more? McKennie on the mid page passes that again wide. I mean, the playmaking from Juventus, I'm not being able to understand at all that how they are going to. They have been fighting it good enough, but Real Madrid, if in the clinical finishings would have been good, it would have been a different story. Blevic was really poor. Illis was decent enough, but not getting those good chances. McKennie has been decent, and Sura Mullian had been decent, but Tudor has dropped all of them. It is Courtois on the far post. Oh my goodness, Courtois had to have a jump to save that. Timo Courtois. Oh my goodness, it is Philip Kostic coming in and Cambiaso is off. It is the crosses now to the wanting to be coming in onto the page. Philip Kostic is the man who has now replaced Cambiaso. It is the headers now which Tudor is looking to be expecting from him players to get that equalizer. 89 minutes 59 seconds. 90 minutes are now up. My goodness, 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 minutes stoppage time being awarded for this fixture. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Will there be an upset or will Madrid get one more goal? Bellingham going that. On the mid page, he is making it move. He goes for Kylian. Kylian gets a touch. It is a shot coming in. Di Gregorio, my man, everything is saving. Di Gregorio has made the big saves today up against the likes of Kylian Mbappe. No denying the fact. He is saving it. He is saving it. Kalulu, the man, again moving on to the mid page, trying to make some contributions into the attacks, but he is that player worth to be moving on to the mid page. Look at that. Bellingham had a nice move in that creativity coming in. He made that turn look good enough. It was matched and 2-0 placing that. But no, Kylian Mbappe, that shot from him to Di Gregorio, I won't say that shot was good enough to get it into the nets. Hendrik on the sideline, sitting poor, my boy. Hendrik on the sideline, sitting poor, my boy. Is Xabi Alonso cooking good? And in the next fixture against Barcelona, will that be the thing? Because this conversion rate would be really hampering him. 28 shots taken, at least 6 shots were there from Kylian Mbappe to the nets. Big chances, 9 on target. Only a single goal coming in, and that to a deflection from Bellingham is not the story which Real Madrid would have wanted to be happening. But Xabi Alonso is building up good. In the La Liga, he's at the top spot, no denying the fact. Out of those 5 minutes of stoppage time, 2 minutes are up. Only 3 more minutes left. Only 3 more minutes left into this. And the scoreline is 1-0. Tudor, with his jaw-dropping moments on the sidelines, now is not even yelling a single word. He's out of his expressions. He's out of his words. He's not even expecting anything because Luis Openda and Jonathan David haven't been clinical. It is now McKennie passing that high up. Whom is he going to get that? He gets that to Locatelli. Conceição, the forward movements have been dropped. Kalulu again on the right mid page gets that to Conceição. Conceição is making hell lot of a move and he's taking the possession. He is taking hell lot of a time and hell lot of a position to be making the talking. It is every time Conceição is being taken into account, but Juventus not making that good enough from the sides of Kostic. I think it is Kalulu who has won a set piece corner coming in. Kalulu, the man who has now won a set piece coming in from the likes of Camavinga. He was up against the likes of Camavinga, and now it is a corner coming in. Kostic, the man on the substitution, quickly, hurriedly coming in to take a corner. Will he get that a header? Kostic with his crosses, will he be good enough? Kostic takes a short corner. Why is he being given? Kostic inside the box. Conceição gets a shot. Kostic, my goodness, Courtois had big shape. It was a big save coming in from Timo Courtois, and it is Kostic who got that simply, so curly, so speedily. But Courtois gets that a big save. It was in his reach. 4 minutes are up. Now only 1 more minute left into this. 1 more minute left into this stoppage time. Look at that boomerang shot was from Kostic. Courtois saves that. It was on his reach. Again a set piece, corner being taken. Kostic going to take that. Rugani and the likes of Mestre and Tuono are having a fight on the edge of the box. Look at that. It is this ref, the Slovako wing kick, calling both of them and having a word. It is again Kostic going to take that header. Deflection coming in, good enough. 4 minutes 40 seconds. Anytime the referee is going to blow the whistle. Kylian Mbappe has made that attack. Valverde is there. Pass it, pass it. Valverde passes that. Gonzalo Garcia, but it was on a dead hand. Valverde not passing that good enough. It could have been a move. But he was insisting on passing it to the likes of Gonzalo Garcia, and Real Madrid has won that, and the referee Slovako wing kick has blown that whistle. That is the end of this UCL matchday 3. Real Madrid winning it on a 1-0 note, and the final whistle has been blown, and Slovako wing kick blowing that whistle. This fixture is now over. My goodness, UCL matchday 3 again, big madness coming in with the likes of big playmaking coming in. The first fixture which we are talking was that of Chelsea and Ajax. My God, 5-1 is the score line. It is the likes of Caicedo, Fernandes is the wow. So many jaws getting those goals, but Ajax were down to just 10 men in 17th minute. Ajax at the Stamford Bridge getting crushed by the Blues and getting down by 10 men in 17th minute, and that to 2 penalties. It is Enzo Fernandez getting a penalty. It is Estevao getting a penalty. My goodness. It is the referee Felix Zoyer for Chelsea and Ajax, and he thinks that it is all the way for the Blues. 1 red card to Ajax and 2 penalties to Chelsea. What more you want in the UCL fixtures? And Chelsea to be talking about that. The curse of the red cards, they have just swapped it with Ajax in this UCL matchday 3. On the other hand, it is Liverpool and the likes of Frankfurt. Look at that. It is Hugo Ekitike getting his goal against his previous club, his present club. But it is Liverpool who were down by 1 goal, and Frankfurt got their first goal. But Arne Slot again picking up in those lineups was crazy for me, getting those 6 forwards and only 4 on the defense. Liverpool has finally made that 5-1 in the scoreline. No denying the fact have been really decent for Arne Slot in this fixture at least. And Frankfurt not doing that good in the Bundesliga as well has been crashed. Real Madrid on the other hand, what a marvelous performance it was. It was Real Madrid making those creativity good enough. Look at that. It is 29 shots Real Madrid took. But Kylian Mbappe not getting those clinical finishings has been the worries of Xabi Alonso. But Juventus, who hasn't won a single match in their past 6 fixtures, 5 draws and a loss, and has again faced a loss over here up against the likes of Real Madrid, 1-0 score line. Jude Bellingham's only goal coming, that too with the deflection of Vinicius Junior's far post, is the story of it. And next it is Real Madrid going to face the likes of Barcelona in the El Clasico in the La Liga. Big one, Xabi Alonso with those defensive unavailabilities due to those injuries will be a big worry it will be. And Hansi Flick is suspended for that fixture. Will that be good enough? Hansi Flick not being available on the stands for the next fixture when Real Madrid and Barcelona are playing to be. But the clash of Bayern and Club Brugge, it was Lennart Kahl, the man, marvelous, 17 years of age, getting that first goal in just under 5 minutes. Lennart Kahl opened the score for Bayern against the likes of Club Brugge, and Bayern got that good. Lennart Kahl, on just 17 years, getting a UCL goal in his debut starting lineup, has done the talking. This man is building up, and Bayern are building this man from this academy, and he's into the senior squad. Lennart Kahl is definitely doing the talking. Harry Kane, Luis Diaz getting goals, Nicolas Jackson even getting a goal. 4-0 is the score line. But the most amazing thing of the UCL table over here, look at that. It is PSG at the top, Bayern at the top. Both have played 3 matches, 3 wins, 9 points each. The goal difference is also 10. both PSG and Bayern are going to face each other in the next UCL fixture of the match day 4, and both the teams with 9 points on the top of the table. The goal difference is also 10 each, but it is goal against. PSG has got 3 and Bayern on the goal against has conceded twice. So PSG in the UCL has conceded thrice and Bayern in the UCL has conceded twice. That is the only difference which is making this on the top first and second spot. Inter also with 9 points, but 9 is the goal difference. They are on the third, Arsenal on the fourth with 9 points, but a goal difference of 8. So the top 4 on the UCL table, PSG, Bayern, Inter, Arsenal, after the match day 3 are with 9 points. Only the goal difference is where they are on the different spots. Real Madrid, again, 9 points they have got. The same, the 5th position Real Madrid are getting, and now they are with the 7 goal difference. Top 5 of the UCL table, all with the same points, just the goal difference is where they are getting those differences. So that is what the stream was. It was all about the likes of Real Madrid and Juventus, and it was all about the likes of Bayern Munich and Club Brugge. That was the watch along I was having, and a big victory it has come in for the big boys and the big dogs of football. That has what been the story. And till then, bye bye, good night, guys. Keep bowling. And yes, before ending this, give us those like, share, and subscribe, guys. Till then, keep bowling, my boys.